No, God! No, God, please, no!
So I was always planning on making a video about the mukbanger Nikocado Avocado, but I decided against it because I didn't want to have to watch hours of him shoving food down his gob. But a couple of days ago, another mukbanger named Stephanie Soup posted an alarming video with the title "Why I Am Scared of Nikocado Avocado," with her crying in the thumbnail. And she has a few snippets of what's to come in the video, and let's just say it gets creepy. Later in the video, you realise that her past trauma is linked to what she believes is emotional abuse and manipulation by Nick.
In and out of sleep.
In and out of sleep.
Hopefully you can trust me now.
I do.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do.
Good. Oh, Me Too movement.
Hashtag me too.
So we should have a quick run through of the relationship between Stephanie and Nick. I've made a video on this before, but the channel Shukbang was copyright striked by Veronica Wang, and Stephanie was friends with Veronica, and then Veronica made some false claims about Stephanie. Yeah, it's kind of weird and confusing. When all of this went down, Nick decided to put himself in the middle of the drama where he reported on all of it. That's how I found out about him. He very much took the side of Shukbang, and most people did, and he truly painted Veronica as an evil character.
I reviewed her commentary. I provided a resistance to her commentary based upon corroborating evidence.
He's being over dramatic.
Skipping forward months after this drama has fizzled out, Stephanie and Nick started to talk to each other and became friends. He asked her many times to collab. She refused because she didn't want to instigate anything, but after a while she started to feel comfortable with him and she agreed to collab with him, and then it starts to get strange.
Past couple of days have been filled with just a lot of manipulation, in particular manipulating my own words against me to make me do things that I don't want to do. Nikocado Avocado using his platform to threaten me and to bully me. I just want to take back my power to say no. Not feel like someone's holding this thing over me and threatening me. He even opened up to me first, which made me feel really good. I felt like, oh wow, he trusts me. And so I started opening up. Me and Veronica have weird personalities that maybe didn't match perfectly. I shared these little frustrations with him. It's nothing I would share online because I know how the internet works. I'm not gonna go and share every little frustration or annoyance that I have with every person. And we were in the car and the topic of what we were gonna talk about in the talking mukbang came up. And this is kind of when I first felt really uncomfortable because Nick said it very assertively, we're gonna talk about Veronica and we're gonna spill all the tea. And I was kind of confused because I was like, oh, whoa, what? And so I was immediately like, no. And then he went, but why'd you tell me yesterday that you wanted to then? And prior to filming my mukbang for my channel, he had mentioned, you know, I think that we need to talk about Shukbang because you know everyone's gonna be talking about it in the comments. And I don't know why I believed it. And so I was just confused and it got really awkward after I said, oh no, like I don't mind addressing Shukbang, but that's it. And he just got silent. And I kind of have to feel like he was really upset by that. At least we cleared it up before the video. Like at least now he gets it. He's a little upset, at least the video won't be weird. And then Nick brought up the conversation of Shukbang, but he brought it up in a way, and I know that the full footage is not out there. He did it in a way, I don't remember his exact wording, but it was in a...
What did you want to share? Or do you change your mind now? You said you wanted to talk to your viewers with me here, but because you never talked to any of your viewers.
And I just remember feeling just shocked because the way he went about it was just so, almost like an interrogation. Increasingly, it seemed like he got more offended. He would look at me with such a shocked face. Like, I can't believe, but you said you wanted to talk about it and now you don't? Almost like, how dare you? You said you wanted to talk about it. And I just remember I kept trying to put it off. I kept trying to show him I'm uncomfortable. I kept trying to lighten the mood with jokes and give all of us an out of this conversation without ending it awkwardly. But it was just rapid fire. And it increasingly went from Shukbang, maybe the first 2 sentences, into Veronica. And then instead of asking me any more questions, he started twisting my words. And he started saying things like, if only you guys knew what she told me. I would never tell you guys what happened because she shared it with me in private. She trusts me with these things. But if you only knew.
When I heard, when you sat down with me.
And I remember this one part where I freaked out because he said, "She is such a strong woman," to me, as if I had endured something so horrendous by Veronica. And I almost was like, shoot, do I say like, oh, whoa, it's not that serious, like all I did was go pick up hair dye with her, you know?
So Nick's need for Stephanie to talk about the drama, I kind of get, since he loves to spill the tea, but you need to remember, this is a grown man being irked at the fact that Stephanie will not say anything about the cold drama. It's kind of obvious that his intention with the collab is just to get stuff out of her, even though she doesn't want to. For him to go then mention it in front of the camera where he has the power to edit what her first reaction was is very sleazy. If you're meant to be friends, wouldn't you not want to overstep? From Stephanie's video, she comes across as someone who isn't stern, and I feel like Nick ran all over her because she took a passive role in the friendship.
And he didn't care what I wanted to talk about. He didn't care how I felt. It went on for 30 minutes. I felt like anything will be used against me, and I felt like anything I say, even Nick stop, he would use it and make an exposing video or threaten me with it. I don't know. I was just scared.
After all of this, Stephanie felt way too uncomfortable to meet up with him again. And then she talks about how she feels like she had no control and she was put in a position where she felt she couldn't just leave the collab. And she even mentions that people say, you're a grown woman, you have a car, no one is holding you down. But I think we've all been in a similar situation where you've been in a meeting with a person is making you feel uncomfortable, but you can't leave because of the power position, or when you're out with friends and they do things that aren't appropriate and you just wish you were anywhere other than with them. But you can't just leave because your body won't let you. So you stay and you dread the whole time you're there with those people because leaving would cause more drama than staying. But the difference with this is that Nick is known for exposing people for the littlest things. Not that long ago, Nick and his fan base tried to cancel Trisha for not responding to his DMs and not wanting to collab with him. I remember seeing this and being astonished at what people would be willing to cancel someone over at the time. Trisha didn't feel comfortable making a video with him, and her response to not collabing with him was just to not respond. And what people took from that was that she was disrespectful and just a horrible person. It still baffles me that it got to the point where she needed to address it because of all the hate she got. They are friends now, but there is a pattern of behavior here. So Stephanie had to tell Nick and Zach Choi that she couldn't be in the other video because she was in and out of sleep, not mentioning that she was sobbing the whole night.
It was one where I felt shame, guilt, because I did say I would talk about it. Didn't I? I don't know. He said I did. So I must have. And then this shame of, why did you even stay for the third video? Why did you even laugh with him? Why didn't you tell him, no, Nick, I don't want this. No. Why didn't you tell him no? After everything that's happened in the past, I told myself I would never, ever, ever feel like that again. I would never feel like that again.
These clips were really hard to watch and just sad. Her reaction to some may seem extreme. She goes on to talk about how she was assaulted a few years ago and how she said that she wouldn't allow herself to feel like that again, and she feels like Nick taking advantage of her put her back in that mindset. When Stephanie explained why she couldn't collab with Nick, this was his response.
Guys, sorry I've been in and out of sleep all afternoon after staying up late after getting back. I don't think I'll be able to film any collabs today. I'm feeling really sick and I realized I had a few sponsors due before year end that are really time sensitive. I'm so sorry, I hope you guys understand, but I'm really happy that we knocked some out yesterday. You just now realized? Stephanie, I have been sitting here for 5 hours. When you were going in and out of sleep, you should have picked up the phone and given me a call, not leave me hanging. You didn't like it when Veronica did that to you. So no, I'm sorry, I do not understand. I'm so sorry for making you feel that way. I sincerely apologize. I was so drained and slightly out of it this morning, and I'm so upset I didn't call you back earlier because I would never want you to feel like I don't respect your time. Again, I'm truly sorry. Our developing friendship, I do want to be transparent and let you know I was uncomfortable with yesterday's video. I'm so sorry if I let you think or miscommunicated in any way that I wanted to talk about Veronica, but I truly did not. I mentioned that I wouldn't mind addressing you and me as it pertains to Shookbug, that neither of us had any hard feelings towards each other after what happened. And I did give you my perspective on what happened when we hung out, and I felt as if it was misrepresented in the video. Then why did you tell me at your house that you wanted to address it on my channel? Also, why are you texting this to Zach? I messaged you privately. I want to address the issue here since all three of us were in the video, and I also owe Zach an apology for this morning and not keeping him updated on the schedule. You already talked to Zach this morning, but ignored me for 5 hours after that. Don't play games.
And I'm so sorry if there was any miscommunication and if I made you feel that way. I wanted to take this time to clarify miscommunication about the video because I didn't know there was a gap in understanding till the middle of filming the video. Awesome. So which day would you like to reschedule for? I do have to get back to you since I do have approaching deadlines, and I know my fiance already had things planned for me and the doggos for the holidays. Literally at any point in this conversation, you could have resumed with our videos planned for tonight. Please talk to me. Zach told me he wants to be left out. I reached out 6 times already. Please talk to me there. Please give me a call. I got your group message, but it would be nice to talk to you here. Can you give me a call, please? I haven't heard from you personally since yesterday, and I feel we need to chat. You only message things to the group chat, but not to me here. This is going to be my last time reaching out for the evening. I'm feeling hurt. Please talk to me, not through Zach.
It's interesting how he doesn't acknowledge the fact that Stephanie felt uncomfortable with how he treated the situation, even though she says it numerous times. Instead, he goes back to, "You wasted my time, when's the next collab?" Very self-serving. Whilst you see Stephanie being overly apologetic and reluctant to say anything wrong because she doesn't want him to get mad at her. And this is alarming for a grown woman to feel scared to express her opinion in fear of him getting mad. It's crazy that Nick has this power position in the mukbang community where people just trust his opinion and go to him for drama. And even Stephanie says he has all these friends.
I told a few other YouTubers, I tagged them on Instagram, as well as my friends, and they all know. I was like,
I've just been in and out of sleep, and I don't know what's going on, but you know, I got things to do. I got things to do. Have you been in and out of sleep?
I'm in and out of sleep. Oh my gosh. In and out of sleep right now.
me and Honey started bawling with tears running down. We're like, in and out, in and out, in and out. Oh my god, it was so funny.
The fact that they are making fun out of her, saying that she was in and out of sleep is hella childish, and it just feels like high school drama. Like, Nick, get over yourself, and your friends who I'm sure you didn't say the full story to also need to grow up. Imagine chanting in and out of sleep whilst clubbing. People are so petty. And then for Nick to threaten exposing Stephanie in videos is even more horrible. I don't understand why every little snub for him needs to be broadcasted. Like, you made her feel uncomfortable, and he knows what he did, but he didn't care since he wanted some good clickbait and some way to claw some drama out of the collab. I do just want to say it's really interesting that when Trisha brought all of this up, everyone was like, "You're a liar, no one believes you," but the first word that Stephanie says, everyone believes her. Double standards. In Trisha's response to the whole thing, which I don't understand why she made, she also mentions how Nick told her that Stephanie wouldn't collab with Trisha because she is too dramatic. For Nick to say this is kind of weird. I don't get why he feels the need to stir the pot. I feel like it's kind of hard to get Stephanie's point across if you haven't watched her full video, since all of the emotions add to it. Here are a few comments and tweets from people who had a lot of things to say about Stephanie's video. Since the video went up, Nick posted about it on social media.
This is 100% fabricated and a total hit job. And I can prove it to you, so don't worry, don't freak out. This is the biggest blow I've ever had to me. But yeah, I do have a response, just wait for it. Don't believe everything you see or hear, because there's always two sides to a story, and you should know that by now.
The other mukbanger who did a collab with Steph and Nick also put out a post on why he didn't get involved or help Stephanie, and it was pretty much him wanting to save his own career. And then the other mukbanger named Honey also spoke out.
To apologize to Stephanie for hurting her in any way, and I would also like to apologize to my honeybees.
And a lot of the comments are just people not believing in her apology. I feel like apology videos don't really go down well anymore because we have seen too many. And it seems like people are experts when it comes to a good apology video now. So why did Stephanie make the video? It seems like it was triggered by the fact that Nick kept teasing her and he wanted to expose something. So maybe for Stephanie, she thought putting out her side first would lead to the narrative not being secured in Nick's favour. Or maybe she thinks he's a terrible person and people need to know what manipulative tactics he uses. Stephanie was smart to be the first one and lay out all the groundwork. Now we just have to wait for Nick's response.
Oh! It's about to go down.
Anyway, I think I'm going to end the video here. I was hoping that he would respond in time, but he just hasn't, so I might have to do a part 2 if you guys are interested. Depending on how long he takes, this may be the last video of the year, and I just want to say thank you for all the support. I'm more than grateful for the response I've gotten from you guys. I hope that this will be one of the last videos with terrible audio, stepping it up for 2020, as they all say. But yeah, I hope you have a great new year, and yeah, have a great day.